The Sausage. This story is about a cute young girl called Ling. She is very intelligent and learns English with ease. But Ling doesn't like being so young and small. Each week, Ling sits in her English class studying hard and chatting with her friends Hang and Van. They like learning and always have fun together. Ling would always tell the girls that she hated being the smallest and youngest in the class, and that she wished she was grown up. One day, Ling sat down and Van passed her something. It was a small sausage. "Here, maybe this will help you grow bigger," Van whispered in a sympathetic voice. Ling slipped the sausage into her pocket and smiled at Van in a disbelieving but thankful way. Then the lesson started, and Ling listened intently to her handsome teacher. After the lesson, the three girls walked slowly down the stairs, chatting with each other. "Wow, he is such a great teacher, and so handsome," Hang said lovingly. The three girls went their own ways as they left the house, and Ling made her way to have her evening meal. After dinner, she went up to her room and to do her homework. It was getting late, and she felt very sleepy. I wish I didn't have to do this stupid homework. If I was an adult, I wouldn't have to do it," she mumbled angrily. Then she remembered the sausage that Van had given to her earlier. Make me big and strong," she whispered as she ate the delicious gift. The next morning, Ling woke up and crawled out of bed. She felt very weary as she stood up straight. "Ouch, what the?" she said as she hit her head on the bottom of her cupboard. Ling turned around and looked into the mirror. Her eyes opened wide as she stared at herself. In the mirror was a different person, although they did share a resemblance. She realized that something had happened during the night. She had become an adult. She was tall and her hair was very long. She looked amazing. There was only one problem now: clothes. Her clothes were all too small, and she could not borrow any from anyone in the house. "What can I do?" she thought. Thinking fast, she called Van and told her all about what had happened. Van agreed to lend her some of her clothes, and within minutes, Van was outside her bedroom window. Van gasped when she first saw Ling looking down at her, but then she was excited to know everything. After dressing, Ling crept silently out of the house, and the two girls ran quickly down the road. As they walked along, they kept hearing whistling sounds. "What's that noise?" Ling asked. "It is men whistling at you because you are so beautiful," Van replied jealously. They found a quiet bench to sit on away from the busy street. "How do you feel?" Van asked excitedly. "I feel the same as I did before, but things look smaller now," Ling replied as she sat down on the tiny stool. The girls sat and thought about all of the things Ling could do now she was an adult. "You could kiss a boy, or drink alcohol in a bar," Van said jokingly. Ew, no way," Ling screamed loudly. The two girls talked for hours about life as an adult, but then Ling started to cry. "What's wrong?" asked Van. "How can I go home? My family will never understand what has happened to me," cried Ling. They decided that Ling could never go home and that she would have to live alone in Hanoi until she met a boy and fell in love. The girls went to the bank and withdrew some money from Ling's account. Then they went out and bought some nice new clothes. "Where can I live?" Ling said suddenly. Van thought for a moment and then said, "I know, my father has a house. He is renting it. I will tell him that you're my close friend from English class, and I'm sure that he'll rent it to you." Things were starting to come together now. She had some new clothes that fit her body perfectly, and she had a place to live. But instead of feeling excited, she still felt very sad. As they walked down the roads towards Van's house, something started to happen. Ling felt cold, and her clothes started to get bigger. "Ah, my clothes are growing!" she yelled in panic. Vun looked at Ling and said, "No, it's not your clothes getting bigger. It's you getting smaller again." They hurried to the nearest alley and found a nook to hide in as she changed back from adult to child. Ling looked at her little hands and feet and smiled a wide smile. "I'm me again," she hollered with delight. "I can go home again." Then Ling arrived home. She scurried up the stairs and into her room. She changed her clothes and looked at her new clothes she had bought. "I will put them into my wardrobe. There they will always remind me not to grow up too fast," she said contentedly. The end. Thanks for listening. See you next time.